like you. Be strong to hold the
I'm kind of laughing because a lot of times narcissists will do stuff that will completely screw themselves over. They'll get fired from a job, they'll lose an opportunity, and you're like, why would you do that? Like, they make no sense, not even to themselves. It's just like one of the things they'll do is they will be so mean to you and hurt you, and you confront them like, well, why did you do this? Well, I'm trying to keep you around. So you're being mean to me, you hurt me, you stabbed me in the back, you talk shit behind my back, you screwed me over, and you did that because you thought that would keep me around. And then they stop and they ponder. They go, wow, that is kind of stupid, isn't it? Like, yeah, that's effing stupid. But this is the thing about narcissists. They don't make any sense to anybody at all. But here's the cool thing. The videos that I've made over the last 2.5, 3 years about narcissist abuse, it breaks it down in a way that you can go, oh, so that's why they're doing it. Not only that, but here's the problem that all empaths have. All right, here it is. I would always want to help someone. Even when somebody was mean to me, I thought, I'm just going to be nice in return. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to let them know that I'm on their side. And they would get meaner and more aggressive and more bold and more in my face and just do the most heinous, messed up things you couldn't imagine. And it didn't make any sense to me. Here's the deal. Because if you're an empath or just a kind person in general, your thinking is like, well, if someone's nice to me, of course I'm going to be nice back. A narcissist doesn't think that way. A narcissist, the way they are wired neurologically is they are like a predator. Now, here's the deal. We all have something called a lower reptilian brain, or in other words, reticulating activating system. It's on your brain stem. It's the smallest part of your brain. It's not a very intelligent brain. There's no thinking that going on at all. It's an instinctual brain, fight or flight, which means to keep you alive, to either fight or run away from danger, right? To keep you, its number one job is to keep you alive. Its number two job is to reproduce children to keep the human species going. That's it, right? They see everything as kill or be killed. That is literally the predator's brain. When you're talking about a leopard or a lion or a killer, a tiger, right? Or a psychopath, right? So when you're nice to them, what they are experiencing is, oh, this person's weak. I can kill this person. I can destroy this person, all right? And here's the thing about that is they get an endorphin rush like a cat chasing a mouse. It literally gets not only adrenaline, but there's a chemical, and I just forgot the name. It's an endorphin, but it gets this chemical released into its brain and into its system, and it gets high. It gets really excited. It's like, wow, this is fun. Narcissists have fun hurting you. It literally is a rush. It literally is a high. That's why you have to strike back. You have to sting them. You have to cut them down. You have to embarrass them in public. You got to humiliate them. Every time they call you on the phone, you've got to put them in their place, and you do it loudly. Because here's what's going to happen over a period of, because the one thing that narcissists don't like is they don't like to be hurt emotionally. The only way you can get a narcissist to be mad, because they have to be like, I don't want, but they have to receive nothing but pain, emotional pain, fear, pain, and hurt and confusion and all that stuff, because it really hurts them. They're very sensitive emotionally, all right? If you're nice to them, it makes them feel good. And then on top of that, they attack you, which gives them that rush. So they're getting a double whammy of this is fun, this feels good, this is fun, this feels good, this is fun, this feels good. Why would they stop? Why would they stop? They won't. You're actually encouraging them by being kind to them. You've got to put a fucking wall up, and you've got to sting them, and you've got to sting them, and you've got to sting them until they stop calling, until they stop coming over. Here's the deal. This is the way that the neurology emotional system works. If you keep going to something and it hurts, you're going to stop. That's just human nature. That's animal nature. Just seem like the thing with the dog. When we get those shock collars on, when they go to a certain part of the perimeter, if you want to keep them like in a certain perimeter around the house, and if it shocks them, because there's like these little electrodes or whatever out there, if they cross it, they get shocked. They learn real fast, like, oh shit, don't go that far. As long as I stay within this, I'm fine. All right? So I don't like being mean to people, but it's your only, what's the word I'm looking for? It's your only device to truly protect yourself. Because you think, oh, well, I'll just move away 400 miles. That won't stop them. That won't stop them at all. I had one person quit their fucking job, move out of their home, and move literally a mile and a half from me. And they called me up about a month and a half later, 2 months later, guess where I live? I'm like, oh, fuck, because I moved away from them. All right? There's another person I did this to, but I'm not, you're getting the point message of the story. So, number one, what do you have to do to get a narcissist to come after you and to hurt you? Nothing. Be nice. They just spotted you one day, just like, it's literally like a lion or a leopard that wakes up one day and they're hungry. So what are they going to do? They're going to stalk you. That's reptilian brain thinking. They're going to start looking around. Oh, there's the target. Once they lock on, you're the one they're going to come after. Until, if you ever watch those wildlife animal things in Africa or whatever, where like they go after the zebra and the zebra kicks them in the fucking jaw and they breaks their jaw, they kick them in the ribs, and after a while they're like, fuck this, and they give up. That's what you have to do. That is literally exactly what it's like dealing with a narcissist. If you start to see it from that perspective, and that's the second point that I was trying to make in this video, and that book is about the day you were born, is that you're not wired the way a narcissist is, and that's what an empath does or a nice person does is the absolute worst possible thing you can do when dealing with a narcissist, because a reptilian brain sees kindness as weakness. Like, you are the weakest part of the herd. In their brain, that's what they're thinking. And that's what predators are designed for. Who do predators go after? Do they go after the most dangerous, biggest, strongest, steer or cattle or what do they call it, buffalo on the desert or on the land? No. They look for the one that's smallest. They look for one that's the weakest. Maybe it's too young, or it's injured, or something's wrong with it. It can't quite function, or it's a little bit slow. They go after the slowest and the weakest. They thin the herd. They are literally looking at you like you need to be thin, like you're the weakest of the herd, and they're going to take you out. You need to toughen up. You need to strengthen up, because if you don't, they're going to keep coming after you. Hey, this is Mike Colleen at MikeColleen.com. Remember, you don't have to do anything wrong. You literally just, you exist, and thus they go after you. Yes, they do all these mean things. So if anyone ever says to you, oh, what did you do to them to make them do this? You didn't do anything. You didn't make them do this, okay? So I wanted to leave that out there, because a lot of times people will ask you questions like that, and it hurts, because you're thinking, did you not just hear what I just fucking said to you? Like, what the fuck? And remember, someone who's doing that, there's a very good chance that they're asking you questions like, oh, what did you do to them? There's a good chance that that person's a narcissist, okay? Or they don't understand narcissist, and B or C, they're not a caring person. All right? It's possible they just misspoke and they didn't quite realize what they said because they don't understand the subject. But my point is, that is a red flag. So if someone goes, well, what did you do to them to make them do this? Red flag. I can think of, there's a person I spoke to on the phone who I didn't know very well, and they were defending narcissists, and I realized it took me about, and I started arguing with them, and they were just really attacking me, and I was like, wait, what's going on here? Well, I'm telling you what happened to me, and I was like, oh, this person was a narcissist. So keep that in mind. If someone is attacking you, if someone is defending narcissism, get away from them. You don't want to be around people like that. Hey, God bless you guys. See you in the next video, and that's it. Bye.